You're watching WSBT 22 News at 5.
Coronavirus cases continue to rise and fluctuate across much of the country. In today's Eye on Health, WSBT 22's Erica Finke shows us how Beacon Health is increasing access to vaccines locally with the help of a federal grant.
With COVID rates rising across the country, vaccines to combat the virus are still critically important. Since the pandemic began, Beacon Health System has worked with more than 200 organizations throughout Elkhart, LaPorte, Marshall, and St. Joseph counties. Beacon's Director of Community Impact, Kimberly Green Reeves, says they've been able to do even more education, outreach, and vaccinations thanks to a federal grant.
COVID-19 impacts people in many different ways, and so while this is for the broader community, we know that it impacts the minority communities a little bit harder.
Green Reeves says the goal is to emphasize the safety and effectiveness of the vaccine by building relationships and creating trust with everyone in the various communities. And increasing locations, days, and times of clinics helps accommodate as many schedules as possible.
So we had to make sure that we were there for them, right, in order to answer questions that they may have, in order to address the fears that they may have.
La Casa de Amistad began COVID vaccine clinics in March. Executive Director Juan Constantino says people are thankful to have these resources at a trusted place.
There are anchor institutions within our city that people trust going to and recognize for an abundance of services. So for us to provide a room to do a pop-up vaccine clinic with our friends at Beacon who have got those resources, it makes a ton of sense for us.
Constantino says the continued partnership is very important in keeping people informed and vaccinated.
And we want to make sure we're relaying that information from our trusted partners like Beacon out into our Latino and Hispanic and immigrant community throughout the entire region.
Beacon has vaccinated more than 1,800 people, and they're hoping to continue that upward trend by getting resources out to everyone.
Everyone is trying to combat this, and there are many reasons as to why. They have some fears and concerns, but making sure that we're there for them is what our ultimate goal was.
In South Bend, I'm Erica Finke, WSBT 22 News.